Hello, everybody. Thank you. If you were waiting on us, put the popcorns in the chat. Put the popcorns in the chat.
Hey
All
y'all.
right. So, hello to everyone. All right. Let's see. Oh, hello, Levon. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I love you. Yay. Hello. Let's see. Who is this? Hey, Andrea. Thanks for
Hey
stopping
Andrea.
by. Make sure
Mhm.
everybody
Yes.
like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hello, Lisa.
Hi Lisa.
All right. So, welcome. Yes, welcome. Welcome. Well, welcome to everybody that's here. Good afternoon, or whenever you are here listening or watching. We're just here. This is our little kiss and tell. Our the dating thing of us being single during the Panni 19. Oh, I broke my nail. Let me be mindful of what I do with my hands.
Hide that nail.
God damn that now. All right. Yes, yes, yes. So, okay, Kat, how was your week?
My week was very busy. I had a full work schedule, and I still have to work this weekend, which sucks. So I'm a little bit sleep
Mm,
deprived, but I am good. How was
okay.
your week, Miss Popcorn?
My week was very busy too. Very busy as well. So have you been active in your personal life? Like dating life?
Not recently, no.
Not this week. Okay. So I have. So there's still some struggles dating during this Penny 19, y'all, okay? But yeah. I went on a few dates or whatever this week.
How did they go?
They were fine. Nothing nothing to be like, baby, baby, baby. Something.
Hey.
Nobody
Man.
to be like, oh my, oh my, oh my, oh my, ooh, ooh. So no. So the journey still continues and the struggle is
Yes.
real, okay?
Yeah.
All right, anybody single that is in the chat, if you are single in the chat, let me find out. Let
Hey,
us
Miss
know. Do you
Cindy's.
have some struggles right here? All right, so we is going to go ahead and just go ahead and dive into this conversation about we're going to start off with Kat. Which one?
Let's start off with the X one. We okay. So
Am I going together with somebody? No. The answer is no. Okay.
yes. So Popcorn and I were discussing: is it ever a good idea to go back to your ex?
Yes.
So what
Yes.
do you
All right.
guys
So what
think?
is the chat saying? Those that's here chime in. Is it ever a good idea to go back to your ex? And this is definitely, in my opinion, not a black or white question. I don't think this is a yes or no
Yeah.
question. There's
Yes.
always, it's not even an exception, but there's always something that you can take back and say, you know what, had I worked on this, um, maybe this would have worked. Hello, Queen Mermaid.
Hey, Queen Mermaid.
Right. So yeah. So is it ever a good idea to go back to your ex? All right. So since I don't feel like this is a black or white question, I'm gonna let you go ahead and answer yours and give us a reason why do you think it's a good idea in some
Okay.
instances, in some cases,
Well,
and give us some
I
cases when you think it's not a good idea to go back.
okay. So, overall speaking, I do think that this is not a black and white question. However, I do think that generally speaking, it's not a good idea. And I say that just from examples that I had, I mean, I can only, use examples that I have seen or experienced in real life. Um, I've never went back to an ex, but I know a lot of people that have, and it seems most of the time, not all the time, but most of the time, it just seems like whenever you go back to an ex, you're just prolonging the inevitable. It's not going to
Mm.
work out. I think that we can learn a lot from our exes. And, I think that our experiences with our exes definitely helps us to grow in future relationships. But a lot of times when you backtrack and try to go back to something that didn't work out the first time, mostly speaking, I do not think that it works out. And that's just from what I've
Mm.
seen.
Okay.
Andrea agrees.
You say stay clear from the X, okay? So
Yes.
listen, for me, like I said, I don't think it's a black or white question. I think that there are lessons learned and breakups. When it's a lessons learned, breakups tend to teach you about yourself too.
Hmm.
If you're willing to listen to the lessons, if you're willing to sit back and have some self-reflection, and you can learn a lot about a breakup, or learn about yourself on a breakup. Because I feel like when you're challenged or going through hard times, it either lets you grow and is a true testament of who you are. And I think in some instances you could go back to your ex. It's not always a bad thing. All right. The breakup was because of time constraints, like we haven't really, because we were working doing other things, and we just could not really connect. And um that we just could not connect, or or communication, I'm saying, like miscommunication. If for seeking understanding of, wait a minute, if had understood this, or you communicated this with me, oh, you would have an aha moment. And based on
Right.
my experience, I would say two out of all the exes that we had. Hello to Evangelist Val.
Hi,
Um,
Miss Val.
um, I would say that in some cases, those aha moments, like, think about hindsight, if we would have done this, we could have probably made it through. And if you did break up and you start thinking about these things, and time went by, and a little bit of growth in you came in, you start practicing being a better communicator, practicing, and taking these lessons learned. Then I think that, if you really cared about each other and you talk it out, and there's a difference between, there was some growth in between you two, you probably could take a good idea to take your ex back. When is not a good time to take it, you take it back, take back your exes, if the relationship was toxic, if it was one-sided, like that person was giving all to you, and you was like, I mean, I'm really not in it. Or, infidelity, or all the things that are not healthy to a relationship, or why you broke up. So I really don't think that it's
Yes.
just a no to say, no, I'm not going to take back my ex. It really depends on, why did you break up in the first place, what happened. And then sometimes, revisiting that could probably be a good thing, especially if time goes by and you reevaluate certain things. I feel like time does heal and allow things to heal. I think time does allow people to, if they want to see themselves, to sit back and be like, damn, I was on some shit.
Yeah.
Or not even you being on something, like, really, I really was acting like a prima donna. I really was being immature about that situation. And bam, especially if that person, you cared about that person. I don't see. But my motto majority of the time is, nah, I'm not taking them back. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to see you. I
Yeah,
don't
I'm
want to
sorry.
know
I'm
how
not
you
going back.
feeling.
I ain't
And
going
I don't
back.
want to, yeah. And then I don't want to ex contacting me if I don't want to. So, Popcorn, that sounds like a romantic movie. I haven't seen a person like with I haven't seen it personally with people dated. I've seen people divorce and marry again, so I can get that. Right, like sometimes look, a good therapy session of or 50.
Right. Yes. And to Queen Mermaid's point, I know a lot of times when two people break up and the I'll just say this, the self-reflection and the evaluation and the growth normally does not happen with both people at the same time. Usually it's one or the other, or maybe someone, just grows a little bit faster than the other person. So a lot of times when they circle back around to each other, it's like they're still not even in the same, mindset to even, I don't, they just grow differently, grow apart, I guess, in a
Mhm.
sense. So yeah, it sounds good. And if I think that, like I said, it's not that it can't happen and it can't be a good thing and it can't be a productive, positive relationship, but most of the time I just don't see it happening that way. Usually one person outgrows the other, or I don't even want to say outgrow. They just, grow in a different direction than the other person. And a lot of times you don't see two people that are willing to work on themselves individually and then come back together the way that they should.
Sorry.
Usually it happens separately.
Right. That's true, but don't you know that's when you're in a relationship or in a marriage, that happens anyway because we people evolved all the time. And sometimes
That's
you
a good
don't
point.
people evolve all the time, whether you're in a relationship, even friendships. It doesn't even have to be romantic. People evolve and then you be like, damn. So that's where communication is because you be like, damn,
That's
that's
true.
where you
Yeah.
at. I'm not there yet, but it's not like oh, I'm not striving to be there, but not everybody is going to be there yet. But like I said, with communication, you know, um, in some instances, not all, like I said, sometimes when you broke it down, when the breakdown is communication, then I feel like circling back, time going by and communicating, it can is a possibility that it could work. It's a
Yeah.
possibility that it could work. Yeah. but you know, um, I would say percentage wise, is it a good idea? I would say 65% no, 35% yes. And
Oh, that
35% is still
sounds
high.
generous.
And I think 35% is a high. You know why? Because I've known people who have gone back to their ex after some time and they're married and they're still together.
Okay. Okay.
Because, like I said, because they did the work together.
Yeah.
So if both two people want to do the work, I feel like, it can work in that 35% percentage.
Okay. I got you.
Right. And you know what? A lot of times, and I'm not saying just for X word, it's be friendship too. Like when you stop being friends with someone, it's like you outgrow. You just have to think like, damn, was it malicious why we're no longer friends? What was the outcome of why we're not friends or we're not together
Oh,
anymore? And if it's not malicious and you could talk some things through, then and you forgive somebody because forgiveness is never, in my opinion, forgiveness is not, I forgive you, but I'm not gonna forget. Like, okay, if you're gonna forgive someone wholeheartedly, it's like wiping the slate clean.
yes. I agree with that. And it doesn't mean that you have to be a dummy or, look over things or look past things, but I agree with that. If you're going to forgive someone, make a decision and forgive them. Do not hold things over their head. If you're going to give them a chance, give them a real chance. I agree with that.
Yes. Okay. Period. Shoot, because when I came down,
Because, that is true. I've had a lot of, well, I won't say a lot because it's not like I don't lose a lot of friends or anything like that. But, some friendships that I have gone through things with, I have circled back around and, I've
mm-hmm,
feel like I've grown on my own. So I'm like, okay, well, let me reach out to this person. There was nothing ever truly malicious that happened. And
mm-hmm,
if I care enough to, then yeah, I'll reach out to that person and, see if anything can be rekindled as far as friendship goes, but even in that case, I think it's important not to force anything. Just let it happen as it
right,
will.
right. Because we're all human. You know what I mean? We all human, and we tend to hurt people. But we hurt people that we love. That's the closest to us,
Yeah.
and but talking things out and seeking understanding, and and communicating what the hurts were, or going to the origin of it hurts. You can definitely we can I think we are in a society where people think that I don't mess with that person no more, and then when you take them back for you worried about what other people is thinking because you done told
Yeah.
everybody else why they hurt you, but then you forgive them, and then you want to move on. And I'm like, okay, she forgave me, or I forgave her, and this is the dynamic of our friendship or dynamic of our relationship, and we're willing to do the work to know past her. And plus, I think that's a part of growth anyway too. As a human being, if you want to be a better human being too, if you want to be shitty, hey, if you want to be alive, hey, be shitty,
Have at it.
you know.
Right.
But
Yes.
I can't sit there like we in the live. As a human, we need people. We need people. You need
Yes.
someone, And going back to the dating thing, just because I feel like I gave a high percentage chance of maybe going back to an ex. I'm single, and there's times that I feel lonely. I ain't calling up the mothers. Yeah, yeah.
No, ma'am. No,
No, no,
ma'am.
no. Even
Yeah.
though this 2019 has made it very truly difficult to build, in my opinion, like real connections. I don't have a problem meeting anyone, but it's the connections that to build that's where I'm having the troubles
The
because
connection. Yeah.
yeah, because like things are a little bit more restrictive here in Philly, and boy, don't talk about, like I said, when you bring up the word vax, that's like a box of chocolates. You never know what kind of conversation you're gonna get.
Okay.
Okay.
See, and for me, I feel like one of the biggest issues I feel for me is that it feels like a lot of people are just really, bored because they don't have that same interaction. So it's like they don't take connections as seriously.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, that's what's hard for me, connecting with people, because it seems like everyone is just kind of bored. So, oh, well, you're here to talk to, so let me just talk to you for a while until I get bored and go to the next person, which is nothing
Mm.
wrong with talking to multiple people. It's nothing wrong with that. But it
Right.
just seems like people are kind of using that boredom and that restrictiveness to their advantage when it comes to just like, just it's not meaningful. It doesn't feel meaningful. The connections and
Right.
conversations. That's what issues that I feel have kind of arisen from us being kind of separated from each other, locked
Mm-hmm.
away. Yeah. So I
Yep.
agree with you on that connection thing. Hmm.
Yeah. But you know what? And the reason why, another reason why, because I do want like two of my exes to take me back. They need to take me back.
Wait, what?
Two of my exes. That's why it's so high. Take me back, y'all. It was my fault.
Okay.
It was my fault. I
Yes.
know it was my fault.
Take me back.
Take me back.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
I said I'm sorry for 2004. Okay. I
Yes.
am in my,
And hey, just simply.
Yes. Hey, just simply thank you for coming. Make sure you like and push the like button, subscribe, share. We're talking about all this about is it a good thing? We'll take but a thank you for the chat for engaging. They like most of them was like hell to the no, no, no. They was like
No.
no. They was like no. You no pop. No, I was with Cat like no, we ain't taking your
I
don't take
can't
your
do
ex
it.
back.
But I do agree that the reason y'all broke up, that does matter.
It
Okay.
does. That's why I don't
But
feel like it's for. But right, it does matter. Like I said, sometimes a breakdown communication, or we just couldn't get the time right. Like say if y'all broke up because this person went into the military or they got a job abroad for some time and we just couldn't make it work and now they back and or you just like, you know what, whatever. I don't put the effort in. So, like I said,
Yes.
break down. All right. So let's go on. Let's go ahead and body roll on to the next topic, you guys. Oh, thank you. So one of the key points I said that Queen Murray said that it was true. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, Levon say thank you. Any man will be lucky. Will be lucky by four.
Okay.
Yes, they will be.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Queen Mermaid. Thank you. All right, so let's go ahead and body roll over to the next one.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right, so I am going to share my screen because we're going to talk about alpha male versus beta male. And I didn't realize, like, I did see something about like alpha male, beta male, um, delta male, and omega male. I did see those four things, but today we're going to go ahead and talk about alpha male, beta male, and omega male. See, I didn't even know nothing about the other two, but this is what we're going to talk.
Girl, me either. Okay.
Okay, period. All right, so let's go ahead to this. Let me see if I can go up. All right, right here. You see me scrolling, Cat?
I see you.
Period. All right,
Yes.
so I'm gonna go right to the chart right here.
There it is.
There it is. All right, let's see right here. Let's a little bit of right there. Oh no, I think we cut off a little bit. Let's go back to the side. Let's see what the side say. All right, boom. All right. Can y'all see? All right, so right here we're talking about alpha male versus beta male versus omega male. Okay, so the alpha male personality. We're going to talk about the alpha male personality. All right, so based on this chart, this is off of comsage.com. And it's pretty much the same thing was on the difference between alpha male, another website that we also use, difference between .net, pretty much said the same thing. So we just not all willy-nilly out here, okay? Even though pretty much I figured the alpha male was this, but so it says alpha males are naturally confident in their decision making. Alpha males are naturally born and fair leaders. Alpha males understand their priorities. I don't have my eyeglasses on, y'all. You know what I mean? I got middle age eyes. Bear with me. Alpha males understand their priorities and purpose in life. Alpha males speak their minds and are assertive in their approach. So we're going to go ahead and say alpha male personality. And alpha male is one who prefers to have the more dominant personality and role in life. There is no particular definition that we can use to describe an alpha male, as some people consider alphas to be rude and uncaring. Yes, they may be dominant and they may give orders, but it's because an alpha male is positive, confident, and compassionate and caring. He knows how to take charge and come out a winner. So it says some alpha male personality traits can be confidence. All right. So alphas don't second guess the decisions they've made. They are not bothered by what others think and other decisions. The intent behind their every move is positive, certain, and is not meant to harm others. Leadership. People are consistently amazed by alpha male qualities, and he is the one who everyone goes to when they need advice or a helping hand. So these are, they gave us some positivity, confident, are important, but knowing to understand one's priority. Alpha male understands his priorities in life. He does not waste his time on project that does not understand and takes his time more than he's willing to provide. Okay, come through with that. Assertiveness. Also, the alpha male loves challenge and is not afraid to step out of his comfort zone. Although one of the least presentable qualities of alpha male is that he might sometimes come across as rude and harsh. So what do you think about that? I'm attracted to that already.
So I don't know. So rude and harsh. What does that even mean? Because is that rude and harsh, or do they mean direct? Because I mean, that's two different things, and
I
I
guess
don't think
being
that.
coming off direct, that's what they said, because they know and he's assertive. So sometimes people can come off like, oh my God, he's so rude, because they could be so, probably because he's so assertive and maybe brash about things.
Right.
Since he
Well,
know
and
and speak
that's
up in a leader, maybe, I like those qualities
right.
though.
And that's the issue I have with the wording. It's like a lot of times I feel like people think that someone that is direct or whatever the case may be, that is rude because you say things without sugarcoating, I guess. So I
Well,
don't
that's what
know.
it said, yeah, because they said
Yeah.
his directness and assertiveness can come off as being rude.
Yes.
Ooh. Ooh. Let me I definitely dated, I think I married a beta male,
Okay.
but I've dated a lot of alphas. So let's go ahead and
Okay.
go to, so what do you, well, it depends. Personally, I don't think when people tell me what to do, so ain't Sigmas too?
It's yes. It's a lot going on.
Yeah. So let's see. All right. So let's go ahead on to the beta males chart right here. So it'll say beta
Yes.
males are always respectful and friendly towards others. Beta males respect the leadership but are followers, not leaders. Beta males are loyal to a fault, empathetic, strongly protective of others. Beta males are reserved when it comes to sharing their opinions with others. So we're going to scroll down to what they have down here with beta males' personalities. So they said beta males are traditionally the followers right behind the alphas. They prefer to live their lives on values and visions of others. Physical appearance, health, and success have nothing to do when we describe a beta male personality. Did you know that seemingly alpha male can have a beta personality? Beta males may lack confidence and seek the approval of others, are friendly, loyal, and respect their leaders. Let's take a look at some admirable beta male personality traits. Friendly. Many people underestimate beta males and often consider them weak and submissive. However, what others take as submissive nature for beta males, that's being friendly and respectful towards all. Follower. Beta males rank second on the sexual hierarchy, right below alphas. Naturally, this makes them a follower, not a leader. Beta males prefer to have a good role model they can follow instead of being one themselves. While beta males respect their leaders, they don't desire to be one. They respect the leadership, but are best known as followers than leaders. Beta males loyal. This beta male trait is also most admired one. Beta males acts as intermediary between alphas and the rest of the males of the hierarchy. They take the orders, but make sure the orders are respectfully carried out. They're reserved. This reserved nature of beta males can make them interact less in social conversation. This trait, however, does not mean that beta males lack conversational skills, but it means that their ideas and words are something that they don't want to openly discuss.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think?
So,
Hmm.
it seems like the biggest difference would be that, betas, they don't mind taking the back seat a little bit. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and the loyalty thing, that's wonderful. It means that you can have a good team with,
With a
a
beta
good team of
male.
betas.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I'm saying. Right. I think a lot of times when you are with a beta male, that's what we kind of want, someone to listen, someone to, be respectful towards us. But we do want somebody, as women or men who dates other men, um, we do want sometimes for them to be assertive. We do want them to take the lead.
Yes, and I think that is with a lot of women. They kind of want the alpha male leadership with the beta male personality traits. And
Cat, real quick, look at this.
yeah, bye.
Bye.
Hey, Cuba.
That's my
But yeah, I
favorite.
think a lot of women, yes, a lot of women do want that. They want the alpha male leadership with the beta male personality traits, and sometimes that exists. I think,
It,
and but
me too. I
sometimes,
believe that.
yes, yes, sometimes that exists, but also, sometimes you can't have both. Some people, so a lot of the
Right.
times it's one or the other. But I do think that there tends to be a mixture of the two. But I do think that there are certain qualities that will make someone ultimately an alpha male over a beta male. But
I
that's
think
just
you
my opinion.
initially. I think all our exes are alpha males, and then we were like, that's why we need. That's why we broke us up. I
Oh,
think.
shoot. Yeah.
And a lot of times I feel like alpha males, beta males tend to try to have alpha traits, try to fake alpha traits,
Yes.
try to fake it. They be Decepticons, you know what I mean? And then they want us to be that woman, that they and then they want us to be that woman or that man that they could check or bow down or be submissive to, because I don't see anything wrong with the word submissive. I really don't.
I don't
However,
either.
but huh?
I say I don't either. I agree.
I don't see anything wrong with the word submissive, but if you are not displaying these traits and living out these traits of being alpha beta, or what I mean, it's like taking the lead and all that stuff, what am I submitting to? Like you
Yeah.
and there's nothing wrong with, I feel like I see like I'm attracted more to the presentation of an alpha,
Yeah.
but I do need
Yes.
somebody that's like more empathetic or whatever like that, because we can work as a team. And doesn't mean that he can't lead in some things. It's just that, it's more like he's a team player. He's team, like he's more supportive than I would get from an alpha male. Like, no, listen to me or I'm gonna check you. And you be like, who
Oh,
gonna check me, boo? Me,
right.
was like,
Like,
oh.
hold up now. Now look.
Mm-hmm. But I don't mind being quote unquote, I don't like the word check, but if I can get past the word check, I don't mind them, like calling me on it, like being like, hey, you're being impractical. No, we doing this. Come here, girl. Like,
Yeah.
like you're being ridiculous. That's not economically feasible for us to do that. Like, or you're frivolously spending. No, I don't, that part you would
Yeah.
definitely get somebody to speak up about, So maybe that part of a beta male that will probably frustrate us more so.
Yes. Because if someone was a beta, just like that list states, because like I said, a lot of people are a mixture, but I think that you don't want a yes man. You don't want somebody that's always agreeing with you just to get along. But I think that goes for kind of every relation. Well, let me rephrase that, because some people like yes people, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But
Yes.
when you are really someone that's trying to grow and be the best you that you can be, I don't think you want anyone around you that's just always like, yes, like I agree with you. You want someone to kind of bring some different perspectives and
Yeah.
tell you, well, this is why I think that you're wrong, or this is why I think you shouldn't do it this way, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And just like Andrea just said, she said couples should submit to each other. I don't think submission should be one-sided. Um, I think I can see that, but they tend to your man tend to be submissive when he found out what your mouth do. You know what I'm saying? So there you have it.
Y'all, she must be stopped. Popcorn needs to be stopped. Oh my gosh.
Listen,
Not the
these are
mouth.
just our opinions, but I feel like it should be a balance. Being submissive is usually not a male testosterone filled trait. So if they're not, that's fine. But like Levante said, a balance, it's good to find a balance. And a lot of times your relationship is going to say, not that mouth. Yes, Q. That's when you find out when the men, and I'm saying, we find out what that mouth do.
Well, and this is what I'll say. I think submission to a man, if we're going to call it that, looks
Right.
different than
Yes.
submission with a woman, you know,
Right. It
generally
is.
speaking. Generally speaking.
Right. Exactly. And yeah. So let's go on and talk about the last part that it came up that I was like, oh, omega male personality. Okay.
Like, what
So
is this?
right,
What
that's
is
what I
this,
said. I
honey?
was like, oh, okay. Because I did see like beta males, like even though reading this, I already felt like beta males were the more submissive, laid back type, where the alpha male is a more assertive and leadership type or whatever, like that. All right, so omega male personality. Omega males are self-assured and don't hold high regard to how they are seen by others. Omega males are driven towards what they want and are skillful. Omega males are intelligent and make calculated decisions. Omega males are unusually in unproductive hobbies and interests. So we're going to go ahead and body roll, you know what I'm saying, and moonwalk all the way down to the beta male personality. I'm sorry,
Omega.
not beta, omega. So I'm not feeling omega males. All right. So you know what an alpha and a beta male is. Nothing like the personality. The social sexual hierarchy, and omega male ranks the lowest. They're opposite of alpha. They don't seek approval of others, and they prefer to live their life on their own terms, which is fine. But a lot of times when people say they live their lives on their own, all right, let me just finish reading this and then we can chime in. An omega
Okay.
male is fun to be around, but he's often unwilling to accept his social progress. He refuses to follow set social rules and cares little about growing up. Words that can be used to describe a typical omega male can be impractical, skillful, and self assured. Let's take a look at some omega male personality traits. Self assured. Where alpha males depend on their group for approval or their worth, omega males acts in the opposite direction. He does not hold high regard for how he is seen by other people in his happy go personality. An omega male does not have close friends, family members who he chooses to trust, and these sources is how his confidence stays. One of the downsides to this trait is that an omega male often overlooks the choices and matters of others. Skillful. The trait that I admire is when an omega male is that they are often towards what they are driven often towards what they want. They are cheerleaders and will motivate themselves to achieve what they desire the most. Omega males are skillful at what they do, but they are not great planners. They can be often found working odd jobs, but never hold a stable career for long. They have the skill to take what life throws at them, but they are never planned for their future hurdles. Intelligence. The best way I can visualize an omega male is for you is the way imagine the supporting character of a police drama. The tech guru, the one who knows everything, getting my guys. Omega male is the one who can solve complex riddles and formulas that you and I can't. You and I may overlook a minor detail, but the omega male is skillful, and as he is, will pick up on it. They listen intently and make calculated decisions when they want to. Sometimes, because of this, omega male may find holding down a relationship troublesome. Omega is a child at heart and chooses to breeze through life that take things that take things seriously. Because of their choice of interests and hobbies, other may perceive them as impractical, immature, and irresponsible.
You know,
What do you think of that?
it wasn't until you read this list that I realized that a lot of the men in my life that I know fit that kind of
Me
fit
right
that.
too. Like they don't care, and we're not talking about
Yes.
seeking. And when they say seeking approval, I'm not thinking like you live your life this, like boom, 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 to be an okay person, an okay man. This person is really like they lack emotional intelligence and self awareness.
Yes.
That's why they at the bottom.
That's true. So yeah, that's the bottom bottom.
That's the bottom shop.
Oh no.
So
I
you
hate
can
that
say
that
like
seems so familiar to me.
right.
I
Living
do.
sweet life as they go. Kid home with job, scooted head in the clouds. Do 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 do
Child.
do. You know who
Yes,
I
I know a
say
lot
is
of
the
men
Omega
like that.
male? I think Drake, the rapper, is an Omega male.
You think so? You think if he wasn't famous, he would be like have all those?
He still isn't famous. He don't care nobody. He just do things for him, and then with no regards to nobody. I just think that's what he is, especially when it comes to
Okay.
relationship with women. Like, cause he fumbles so many bags, fumbles so many relationship with women,
Yeah, that is
and
true.
then yeah, like like Serena, Rihanna, and then yeah, isn't there a Sigma male too or nah? I did not see that.
I know there's a list. There's different lists, different
But I know
places,
all I
different
saw was
levels.
for Andrea. She said the lowest of the low, child. That is the bottom. Who the hell wants to be with a man whose head is always in the clouds that can't keep a job? And I understand, like, you have a job and then you work on your hobbies. And then they don't care. They don't, they find relationships hard. Oh my God.
It's a very individualistic way, you know, like just doing what they want to do, which is fine. Everyone is entitled to live the way they want to live.
Right. I mean,
But
under 25.
you said under 25?
Yes.
Yes. Well, it's just interesting because these are the same type of people that I feel will be the same ones that are like, no one, I can't find the right person for me or whatever the case may be. But it's like, well, how are you living? Can you, how are you? Okay. When you have trouble maintaining relationships, whether that be friendships, relationships, even jobs, uh,
Right.
relationships with colleagues and things like that, you have to look at yourself and be like, why is this happening? Who is the common denominator? So I think, I mean, I'm just guessing, but a lot of people that I know that tend to have these omega traits, they are the same ones that complain about not having valuable relationships. They are
Mm,
the common denominator.
yes.
Yes.
Somebody said Nicki Minaj. Let me get her off the screen. I don't like her.
Oh.
Nicki Minaj was never with Drake. They already established that. They just hyped that up because they was under Young Money. But she went from Safari to Meek, from Meek to Nas and stuff like that. So they was never around. They was just a part of the Young Money clan that tried to, I mean, but yeah, he was with Safari. She was with Safari doing that way. Yo, all right. So I did look up Sigma male. I'm not gonna put it up on the screen, but it's just saying that they tend to be the lone wolf. They're male that tend to be the lone wolf. So I guess those are the loners of it all. But
Hmm.
hmm, yes, the loners of it all. But yeah, how about that? So I'm thinking definitely probably dated some Omega males. I think that would definitely frustrate me. And I don't care what they mouth do.
Yeah.
That would definitely that would definitely that would definitely frustrate me, okay? Having that one on there.
Yes.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
okay,
Cotty.
hey, Cotty. That's what I'm saying. So I would say the balance is always a good thing. Um, I feel like I am a alpha male, alpha female when
Okay.
I'm single, but be beta. I be wanting to be beta so bad. Yeah, I want to be a beta so bad. I don't like this alpha life. I don't like this alpha woman life, okay?
I
But
don't need the child. I'm tired.
all right, so she said maybe he was oh, she said a beta male, he was too
Oh,
insecure.
insecure. I can see that. Oh,
I could see that too. But maybe that was that one
oh,
person, okay? And
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I guess I guess you are more attracted to a alpha male.
Yes. Are you an
That's so cute.
alpha male type of gal, Andrea?
That's what I want to know. You're alpha male type of gal? Shoot, let me find out. So I'm going to drop for the last 15 minutes to see. All right, what we talked about, you guys. Is it a good idea? What are your take on taking someone, taking the ex back? Can you let me see, drop the link in the chat. Is it always a good um
Yes. Going back to the X.
going back to
Good
the ex?
idea. Bad
And we're
idea.
going,
Something in between. Yes.
yes, it's just like Andrew just said. He had other good traits too. Insecure is it's like one of the top things that can chip away. It's not even chip. It's like block away of the relationship. You know, those
Yes.
are the things that you'd be like, oh my gosh.
Yes, that insecurity, that is a big deal because it can manifest in so many different ways, you know,
Yes.
and that can
Like,
affect the way that they treat you, the way that they treat themselves, which can be a little bit disturbing.
right. That's what I was right. And just
Hmm.
like us women, you know, I think that we need to get away from like being okay, being in toxic or saying, because I'm toxic. That shit ain't cute.
No, it's
When I be
not.
hearing it, like, because I'm toxic or I need to know, like, we really need to work on ourselves. Like, we need to really,
Yes.
truly, truly, truly work on ourselves about that.
Yes.
But I tend to, I mean, like I said, I do like an alpha male. But I think that's the woman and the tenderness in us that that really wants us
Yes.
to
Well,
that
I
can
agree with
connect
that
with
because
the beta male.
absolutely, because I'll say this when it comes to, I'm just speaking very general, everyone.
Mhm.
But alpha male alpha males are the ones that tend to be the respected ones in society. Those are the
That's what it
ones that
says.
people tend to
That's why
submit
they are.
to.
That's why they're
Yes,
the high. Yup.
and
And
a
it's
woman's
funny if you.
nature naturally is to submit to that or to be attracted to that in some sense. I'm not saying all women, but I'm saying generally speaking, a woman's nature. I mean, it goes way back to um, kind of our how we have evolved as humans in relationships and things
Mm-hmm.
like that. We want the person that is going to seem like they can be the leader, take care of the household or the family or whatever the case may be. So that's just what women in general tend to be attracted to. That's just how it is. Hey, Candace, the candy shop.
Right. I agree. I agree. And I think a lot of times when you accept a alpha male in your life, though, first of all, they are so delicious. Okay.
Yes.
They are all delicious. But they are so delicious. But you tend to be more. Someone say and she said, Cardi B said, hubby is alpha and I love it. I can chill in my femininity. Period. Yes, yes. That's what
I
we
know that's
talking
right.
about.
Yes.
Yes. Hey, Candace. Right, exactly. But and the thing about it is that if we women say that that's what we're attracted to, and we know wholeheartedly we're attracted to, I think we need to chill on wanting them to be a beta, you know, giving them a hard time to have beta traits when that's really not who they are.
I agree with that. Because I mean, it just goes back to this. If you really want someone who's going to listen to you, oh, okay, I don't want to, this sounds bad. I don't mean for it to sound as extreme as it does, but when it comes to like someone listening to you and being there for you emotionally, yes, that's important, but a lot of your alpha males are not going to be that way. Well, some of
Mm-hmm.
them might, but a lot of them are not going to be that way. So I
And
think a
that's
lot
going
of
to just
women,
that's going to be during the dating and discovery process too. Because if you date someone for a while, you're gonna when you come up with obstacles or you need someone to listen to you, then you'll see if they are a good listener or they
yes,
care to be a listener too. If not, if they be a little bit dismissive, because it didn't really say that true alpha males are dismissive.
Right. It didn't
Say
say
that.
that.
Didn't say
Right.
that. And being so they and they value the input of those that are below because they like to get things done. So maybe that's just who that individual is.
Yes, that is true. Because I'll say this. I think that, and I don't really, I am not an expert on the alpha beta thing. It's just something
Neither
that
are these are
even
just like I
just
said,
this
these are
year,
just our
yeah,
opinions, okay? My name is not
yes.
Dr. Corn, okay? My name is not Dr. Corn. I am not Dr. Corn. I descended. These are just our conversations. These are just our opinions, you
Yes,
guys, about, and this is us. We are single ladies, during the Panni 19, trying to, as we work on ourselves and dating.
yes,
These are just the things. These are just topics of discussions, that, about,
absolutely.
so. But I just wanted to, it's just so funny. If you're
Yeah,
going to sit up there and say that you are a leader or you're an alpha male, I do want you, what I mean, live up to, I want you to live what you say.
yes. And as far as going back to the listening thing too, I mean, based on everything that we've learned about what is an alpha male, I think that the best alpha males are probably really good listeners, because if you're going to be a good leader, you do have to be a good listener. You have to take all kind of things into aspect about what you're making a
Mm-hmm.
decision about. So I bet that most alpha males are probably really good listeners,
Yes.
true alphas or whatever the case may be.
Yeah, it's be those toxic ass ones that what I mean, that one they call themselves an alpha male and want you to be like, submit to me, but submit to what? What?
Right.
What am I
Okay.
submitting to? You still
Exactly.
ain't leaving your mama boob. You still breastfeeding.
Not on the today.
Yeah, on that days. Oh.
Today.
No, and then be the ones that can't lead to that can't run a household, can't run their own household. Like
Hmm.
can't they, probably that don't manage their bills, but one or even if they do try to say they make more money than you, and just be abusive in some way, and I don't want to say like toxic masculinity or whatever like that, but I do see how toxic masculinity can play into place. But like I said, alpha male is a leader, and why is my is a leader, and my laptop is probably going to die.
Oh no.
Okay, it's not no more. All right. You do want a balance. You know what I mean? You want somebody that's
Yes.
you do want somebody, like, if you want somebody that's sure of yourself, you have to be sure of yourself as well, ladies. Like, we have to be sure of ourselves too. If you want somebody to be able to lead, then you should be able to sit back and sit back and not have a controlling spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, even if you've been doing things on your own, that's fine because you're grown. You should be doing things on your own if you're living on your own. You should be taking care of these things. I mean, like, you should want a cookie for these things. These are the things that you should be doing anyway. However, if you want an alpha male, when it's time for them to listen, make it make sense. What are you talking about? Give us a
Hey,
little
ma'am.
Olivia. I'm about to. So, but that's what I do seem like, as women, because we want somebody to listen to us, and boy, it seems like the beta male is really and that's okay with those who date a beta male. Everybody's out there for somebody, these traits. But definitely a omega male, he get that's trash. Put the trash cans in the chat. Put the trash cans in the chat. I don't care what
Said
he
that's
does.
trash.
Yes.
Dang.
Mm, 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 mm,
See.
mm.
And then as far as like, you mentioned something about a beta male trying to pretend that he's an alpha male. Do you think that when it comes to who's beta, who's omega, who's alpha, do you think that that is just a matter of nature, or do you think it also matters like
I think
to
it's
be
nature.
evolved and be
Yeah, I think it's nature, and I think the evolution of it, though, because a lot of people
okay?
changes, and once they figure out what they want, find their own voice. A lot of times, some people do be betas until they find their own voice, or mature a little bit, go through some things, experience some things, know what they want. They start living in a like the quote unquote purpose and stuff like that, they find that they are leaders. You know, they grow into leaders. They grow into knowing what they want. They're more sure of themselves. And I do
Okay.
believe that a lot of times that sometimes you could be dating someone who's very like whatever my lady wants, whatever she wants, but you go ahead and boom, boom, boom. But then later on, be like, look, I know that's what you wanted, but I ain't like that. This is what we're going to do. I mean, you like this too, but let me take the lead on this. Let me take the no, not let me. I'm gonna take the lead on this. This needs to be done around the house. This needs to be done around our finances. This need to be because I'm good at these things, and you know, and be more assertive on some. Start become more assertive. I believe that can happen because sometimes men be betas to get the woman because that's probably what they think that the woman want. But in nature,
Yeah.
if they, you know what I mean, they be like, oh, I want her. Oh, she want me to chill. I'm a chill. But then they show they and then they grow into be like, well, no, this is not really how I wanted. I was this way because I had to fill you out, see what was going on. What do you
Right.
think? I think that happens. I mean, I've seen it done. That's why last week I
Yeah.
said that a lot of times I see that some males be beta and then you didn't all of a sudden you be like, oh, when did you change? Well, we all do change when we go through,
Right. So you do
we
believe there
expect.
could be an evolution of,
I do believe that it could be an
yeah.
evolution of that. I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm just taking it all in because this whole, let me tell you, this whole alpha, beta, omega, this is like a new, these are new concepts sort of to me. Not the
Mm-hmm.
concepts themselves, but just when it applies to to men and human beings, I guess. It's just kind of new. So, yeah, it's very interesting.
Yes.
And
All
then,
right. So since those, all right. So we've been here for an hour. No one wanted to come up and talk about their exes. It was a good idea to take their ex, but I just want to thank everybody that was in the chat that actually chimed in and gave their input. But I can see the consensus is out. Like, according to the chat, 100% said no to taking back the ex. And then and I was a little bit generous by saying
yes,
35% of the time. I say yes, because it's two exes that I want to take me back because of the things that I have done. It was not infidelity. It was on it was not infidelity, y'all. I don't, it was not that.
popcorn don't get
And
down like that.
I don't get down like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't be busting windows out nobody's car. None of that.
Oh, mm,
Yo, you know how much energy that takes?
yeah, that's,
You ever
yeah.
do what before we go, what is some of the one of the toxic things that you ever did?
Mm, for me, I've never done nothing toxic like that. For me, I would say the most toxic thing I probably did was just be petty, as in like give somebody the silent treatment or something like that.
Not the silent treatment. Did it really
Yeah.
did it really irk their soul?
I mean, they act like they don't care, but yes.
All right, so I'm not gonna go as bad as you. I'm gonna stay on your level. For me, like I burnt their food on purpose, and mine was
No, we
perfect.
want to know. You said you.
No, because a solid treatment. I'm gonna just go with I burnt this meal. My meal was popping, and I kept his on longer, and it was burnt. And there you have it.
See, that is petty.
Okay,
See, and that'd make a man mad about his food now.
okay. Fuck up
Yeah,
his stomach. Okay, fuck up his stomach. So,
I burnt it. Did he eat it? Did he eat it, or was he like, nah, no, thank you?
yes, that's what it, I don't know. No, it was like, Papa, what the fuck is this? Make it enough. So no. All right, you
Dang.
guys, thank you for joining our kiss and tell about, you know what I mean? But you know what? As going forward, long as I'm not on Married at First Sight, because if I say I want a beta male, they're going to give me an alpha. If I say I want an alpha male, they're going to give me a beta. That's why I feel like that show is trash. I'm going to say I want somebody to have good credit. The credit score got to be a 7 or above. They're going to give me with somebody to be like, you know what I mean? It's 580, it's 400. So,
Oh my god,
oh, thank you.
I love
Yes.
that show. I do.
I used to love that show, but now it's heavily overly produced. Like everything.
Oh
Like Ready to
yes,
Love is overly produced. Just everything. But yes, Queen Murray, you had a live. So next week we're gonna finish talking about. We're just probably just gonna be talking. We're gonna talk about some other because it's really hard out here for us single ladies during this Panni 19, and ain't nobody got time for no dating apps. Even though some people say the dating apps work, but none. I'm 0 for like 50.
Oh
Not for
my
me, but like
goodness.
not for me. But I'm just talking about my circle. Like I
Yeah,
don't know anybody that.
same. Oh no.
I know Levon, he doesn't. You doesn't. Y'all afraid of it? Yeah. So that's why we gotta go out and meet people. But it's really hard, especially when you. It's not really hard because I do still get approached, but still, like I don't know.
Yeah.
We shall talk about this. We'll talk about it next week. Right. Until next time, you guys. Thank you for coming to our Kiss and Tell. Next week,
Thank
I don't know
you.
what the top is going to be, but we'll put it in the description box. Oh, we'll have some other things that we talked about. What's one of the other things that we wanted to discuss? Kat.
We had a lot of. Let me see. Hold on. Let me pull them up because
Yeah,
we did have
pull
a.
them up, pull them up.
So
So,
we wanted one thing we kind of talked about. I don't know.
by the way, I love your braids. You are good. Yes, I think this will be the actual time in the afternoon. Yes. Um Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, my braider, she's an amazing young lady here in Philly. She always does all my braids, the stitch braid, my knotless braids. She do the damn thing. She definitely does the damn thing, yeah. All right. So let me see. All right. There you go. What did you say?
Okay, another question we kind of played around with: is it possible to be in love with more than one person at a time?
We're gonna talk
That
about
was
that next week.
another
We're
one.
gonna talk about it next week. We are definitely going to talk about that next week. All right. Is it
Yes.
possible to be in love with someone more than one person at the same time? I don't know. I really don't know. However, if I could be in love with one person during this Penny 19 will be great. But we're gonna talk about it. But let's see what the chat say. Okay. Let's
Yes.
Yes. So make sure you like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing all things news you can use, news no one can use. Still going to do the journey and document and vlog my journey back to the finish line. I'm going to do a 5K in April. So I'm going to be documenting that all the way up there. So come with that journey with
Yay.
me. That will be so good. Uh, hello.
Hey, peace, love.
Hello, peace, love. So and we just talk about all these things as long as we're saying we're gonna talk about these single shits, okay, out here.
Yes.
And fellas, if you are a look at the traits. Don't sit out here and say that you are a alpha male when you is omega, okay? Know who you are, okay? Have some self-awareness, okay? You're not. Okay, if you're a beta male, accept that. Someone's gonna love you. Someone's going to love you. Okay. So, all right, you guys.
Yes.
That's right. No omega. We don't want that. Ain't that right? We don't want it. Don't want it. Don't want it. Yes. Listen, that's all right. But if you are omega, you have a chance, like with some, self discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. And maybe some therapy and stuff. You would definitely, it's some
Absolutely.
growing up to do. You
Absolutely.
made it. You can go up the chain. Go up the chain. Yep.
Yes. It's gonna be a
All
long
right,
road
guys.
for
Thank you.
you, but you can do it.
Yes. All right. Any final thoughts before we go, Kat? Before we go ahead and end this live?
No, thanks for coming and chit chatting with us, everyone. It was fun. Hopefully, we have a bunch of other topics we could talk about as it pertains to dating during the Panty 19 or just dating in general, really. But thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
Yes. All right, guys. Thank y'all for joining us. Thank you for coming to my channel on this wonderful afternoon here on Saturday. You could have been anywhere. You could be listening to anyone. You could be anyone's chat, but you decide to join and just have just listen to Kat and I converse about these things. But I just want to say thank you for taking out the time. So we will see you again next week as we talk about. Damn, this is why I be failing. um as our discussion is going to be, can you be in love or loves more than one person at the same time? mm, mm. Can you? Can it be done? Is it in you to do so? All right, so make sure that you like and subscribe, and we're gonna tell them where to find you. Thank you,
Okay.
Levon. Yes, go ahead,
Oh,
Levon.
thanks,
Yeah.
Levante. Yes, you guys, you can follow or you can subscribe to my official YouTube channel, which is Creatively Cat. I am a visual artist, so you can just go there, watch me do some art at Creatively Cat. That's cat with a K.
All right, and you can find me here at All Things Popcorn. Later on, I'm going to drop a thank you for is Black History Month. Today, if you did not know, is the 10-year anniversary of the murder of Trayvon Martin. Yes, it's been 10 years today, February 5th, 2012. So I'm going to drop a video, just give a short insert about that, and just so you know, like 4 years ago, my daughter and one of my daughters and I, when we had contributed to the Traymar map. Traymar, that's a shame I can't even say. All due respect, King, as he rests in power. The Trayvon Martin Foundation, and it's the TrayvonMartinFoundation.com, that we was able to contribute, and then we got T-shirts with his hoodie picture on it. So I mean, you can donate or do whatever you feel like it, but that led to my heart being so that I do have a young male son, and it did pull on my strings. But on top of celebrating, Black History Month, that used to be Negro Week, that grew into Black History Month, we do want to honor our ancestors and current Black people that are exude Black excellence. So until then, next time, we just want to say thank you for joining us. We see you next week. Let me see how many people you love. You know what I'm saying? Can you love more than one person? Oh, and as we did, we're going to drop the date when we're going to talk about Levon's book. If you go ahead, Levon's library, yes,
Got it right here.
yes.
Please purchase Levon's book, Divine Apocalypse, the first one, which is the
The
beginning of the
first
end.
one, the first
Yes,
one, the
this
first
one.
one, the first one. Okay, y'all. So the end of this month we will. So if you don't get a chance, make sure you go ahead. You get it from Barnes and Noble. You can get it from Amazon, or what I highly recommend that in your community, in the city and state that you live in, there is a Black bookshop that you could probably go online and order his book from there. That way, Levon, as a Black man, as a Black excellent author, he can get his credit, and you can support a local Black business. Okay, you guys, that's what I highly recommend. I love you
Yeah.
guys, and thank you for joining us. Until next time, put the popcorns in the chat. Put the popcorns in the chat. Make sure you put that cat in the chat as well. Oh,
Ooh.
and we will be having a paint and sip soon. Until next time. Bye, you guys.
Bye.